So obviously, if we're trading with our money, we need to talk about risk and control. Why is it so important to be in control and reduce your risks?
So the typical textbook answer is because you want to stay in the game and you want to control your downside. But then people never ask, well, why? And I suppose you just did. The reason is not so much about staying in the game, but imagine this. If your P&L looks like this, so it has lots of downside swing, and you manage to implement risk control upon it, then all of a sudden the swings to the downside get lower by the very definition, construction of what you've just done. But that means, going back to the concept of leverage, you can lever this thing up higher. It means you can make more money. So the real point about having risk control is not so much about staying in the game for a long time, but it's about leveraging to make as much money as possible in the shortest amount of time possible.
You've been quoted as saying risk control is about being a pig. Is that right? What do you mean?
No, it's out of context and it's not my quote. It's about, it takes courage to be a pig and to trade profits on high leverage. What that really says is, when something is going in your favor, to have courage to leverage up and to make even more money, which goes what we said previously in terms of risk control. The reason to control risk is so that you can leverage up and make a lot of money. And as we said, leverage is a two-sided sword, and I think two-edged sword, a lot of people have that fear that if they lose too much leverage, they'll lose what's made up to date. But that's the wrong approach. That's the approach of wanting to be certain about things. But the whole point about trading is about maximizing the amount of money you can make in whatever time frame you have available. And therefore, to be able to do that, you need to have the leverage. So pig here is more a representation of, apparently greedy. In actuality, it's about optimizing and maximizing the outcome.
So where does the failure come from in all of this?
Well, the failure can come from getting it wrong. And getting it wrong means obviously losing a lot. And so failure then is not about the amount of money you lose, it's about not getting back into the game. And that's what real failure is about. And I think you'll find a lot of people went bankrupt over and over again until they hit it big. That's the same for business and the same for trading. But the whole point is that you can't give up. Giving up, that's where the failure lies.